Okay, so what we're going to work on here is the 2017 higher level question 4B. Okay, so just look at our question. The table shows the solidification temperatures for the various alloys, metal A, metal B. Percentage of metal B in the alloy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Those 10 are going to go down the bottom of your page. The percentage of the metal will always be on the bottom of your page. The solidification, which is in degrees Celsius, goes up as far as, and you will check what's the highest number in your grid, and that is 630. So we will have to have 10 equal boxes going across the bottom of our page, and we will have to have at least 7 boxes going up as we will go to 630. So to start off, what we have down the bottom of our page, we will go across 10 boxes. Now, because we've only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because we've only 9 boxes, we can go half boxes. So what we can do is we can do 5 full boxes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so once we have 5 full boxes like that, we can go 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And this down the bottom is going to be percentage of metal B. Because we've got in boxes of 20, if I just zoom in on that, what you can do here is you can go, the half boxes will be 10, 30, 50, 70, and 90. And as I said, going up the page, then degrees Celsius goes up to 630. So we will do 7 boxes. So that will be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and 700. And you can just draw your line up the page like that. So that's the outline of the graph. Now it's very important you label the features. So as well as you have percentage of metal B down the bottom here, you will have degrees Celsius on the side here. Now what we have with each one of our points is 0, they share the same point or the same degrees Celsius, so 270, and same with 100%, they'll share the same 630. Each one of the rest of them, 10, 20, so on, will have 2 different points. So that'll be the start solidification, and that'll be the end of solidification. That'll be anywhere above that point will be liquid, anywhere below that point will be solid. So for every single number, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so on, we will have 2 dots. Okay, so as I'll call them out there as we go through. So the first 2 is, and again this is 2017 paper, just in case you're following with your book yourself. The first one there is 270. And what I have here is, I'm going to mark them with a pencil. 200 is here, and we have 10 boxes. So straight away, you know if 200 is here and we have 10 boxes, and at 0 we need 2 270s. So 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270. That's your starting point there. At 10, percentage 10, we have 2 numbers, 272 and 332. So 272 again, we come up from number 10. 270 is here, so you just go above that point. 272, and the other point is 332. So 300 is here, so 310, 320, 330, 332, just above the point. At number 20, we have 280, so 20, 300 is here, 290, 280, and we have 400, and 400 is here. Then 30 again, the 2 numbers of 30 are 300. So you come up from 30, straight up from 30, 300. And your second point of 300 is 445. So again, above from that, that's 400, 410, 420, 430, 440, 445, halfway between 440 and 450. Next one, we have 40%. At 40%, we have 318. So come up here, 310, 320, 318. And the second point is 492. So we have 400, we have 500. 490 is one down from it. So just below the 500 at 40. Number 50 is 340. So come straight up from 50, which is halfway in the box, up to 340. So 310, 320, 330, 340. And the second point is 524. So 500, 510, 520, 524. At 60, we have 368. So 300, 350, 360, 370, 368. And our top point is 552. So straight up again from 60, just above that point, 500, 510, 20, 30, 40, 50, 552, just above the 550. At 70, we have 404, so 400 is there, so just above that point, and 580, so 500, 600 is obviously here, so 2 boxes down. That's our point there. And 90, we have 510, so 500 is here. So 500 is here and 510 is there. And 618, so 600, 610, again 618 there. Sorry, 80 is 449, so 400, 450, just below 450, and 603. So up from 80 to 600, and 603 is just above it. And then the last point is 100%, and that's 630. So 600, 610, 620, 630, and that's your last point. What you can do then with that is you can go along and draw that in freehand. And that's our graph. So once we have our graph in, we label the parts of it. And again, for labeling the parts, we have liquid up on top, where both of them are liquid, solid down the bottom. Again, if solid is down the bottom, this line here, close to solid, will be solidus line. This line up here, closest to liquid, will be liquidus line. And the area they share, which is the start solidification and the end of solidification, inside here is called the pasty region. Inside that region is half liquid, half solid. Once it crosses this line, it's fully solid. Above this line, it's fully liquid. Now, the third part of the question I want to go through for the alloy with 50% metal B, which is halfway, determine from the diagram the composition of phases at 400 degrees Celsius. So the first thing you do is you do 2 center lines, one from 400 degrees Celsius and one from 50% metal B. So on our graph, 400 degrees Celsius is here. So what we have is we do a dash line, a dash center line the whole way across. Like that. When we do our dash center line, where the dash line meets the graph, the 2 points there and there, you can make 2 marks like that. So 2 marks like that. You can call the first one A and the second one C. We get our bead in by going, again, it said in the question, for the alloyed 50% metal B. So you come down the bottom here to 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And at 50 you do the exact same thing. You do a dash line up your page like this. Where the dash line meets your last dash line, that will be your point B. So dash line of 50 degrees, they are the two things you're given in the question. 50 degrees metal B and 400 degrees. Dash line of 400 degrees, dash line of 50% metal B. Where the two of them meet is point B. Where the 400 degrees meets the two lines, your liquidus and solidus, that's A and C. And then last, your equation for your ratio phases will be so ratio of phases is equal to AB over BC. So what you do here is B is 50. You bring a straight line down. You bring a straight line down from A down to your percentage at the bottom. So I'm going to bring that line down there. And you see what that makes out. So that makes out to be, you can bring that out there, 22. So you mark 22. Then at point C, you do the same thing. You bring C down your graph to find out exactly what percentage that is. And that is 70. And obviously we have B in the middle here is 50. So what we do here is AB is 50, take away 22, leaves 28. And 70, take away 50 is 20. So the distance from B to A is 28. The distance from B to C is 20. So your ratio of phases is 28 to 20. Now if you want to narrow that down, you can again. So you can go AB equals BC. You can divide that even in twos. So you knock that down. That would be 14. And you knock 20 down. And that would be 10. So your ratio is 14 over 10. And that's the whole question done. So again, with the ratio of phases, the two things you're asking the question, 50%, you come up with a dash line. 400 across the dash line, you get your 3 points A, B, C, and you're basically taking the distance from A to B, which is 28. 50 take away 22 is 28, and you take BC. 70 take away 50 is 20. 28 over 20 is equal to 14 over 10.